Is the thirst in jeopardy, or will it be more explosive? Can you let us know? Yes.
I don't lie.
They could die of thirst out in that desert.
You think so?
Congratulations on season 2 of Fallout. Walton, I want to start with you because one of the things fans love the most about the show is this dynamic between Lucy and the Ghoul and their worldview. Optimism versus cynicism. Maybe empathy versus skepticism. What do you enjoy most about playing in that polarity?
Just sitting down with someone who sees the world so radically different than you do.
Yeah.
You know, and I've been around longer. I've been exposed to more. And the times where the Ghoul is being contrarian, the times where he's being condescending, and then the times that he's, has empathy or sympathy for her lack of understanding of things. What happens over the course of this road trip that we take together is that she will affect me, and I will affect her. The net result of that, something happens that I just didn't see coming.
I think season 2, what I've enjoyed the most working with Walton is the tension and the comedy, and how easily it flips between those things. It is so inherently funny putting these two characters together for all the reasons you just mentioned. Putting a nihilist and an optimist together, and just how they are constantly annoying each other and bickering. And it's sort of like going on a road trip with the wrong person is difficult as it is, and also very funny. And I don't think they realize how similar they are as well. And I think now, sitting back and watching the show as many times as I've seen it, that's the thing I keep noticing, is like, oh, the things you guys hate about each other are the things that are similar about you. Yeah.
It's like being married sometimes.
I say that a lot.
You're joining the series as a mysterious, highly anticipated character, Mr. House.
Yeah.
And this character in the game only exists on a screen, so how did you find the physicality, the mannerisms, and also the physicality of his arrogance?
That's a great question. That was and there's a couple pronged answer there, which is, I was relieved that he wasn't going to be just on a screen, and that we were going to meet him, and that's sort of the big swing that this season takes with just Mr. House, is that he's able to, be three-dimensional. And so the physicality was really fun. And I was able to kind of, I really wanted to lock in on a voice. The look was obviously sort of self-evident. The clothing was so gorgeous, like just these beautiful fabrics, and then the voice. That's kind of what I didn't want to do an impersonation of the game.
Yeah.
I wanted to find something very specific that immediately placed him above everyone else. So it's this sort of mid-Atlantic Connecticut, but also very sort of dated, sort of almost radio announcer kind of voice, where he sort of choose his syllables and vowels a little bit. And that was really helpful, just to the playing of him.
Aaron, one of the great things about storytelling, is that a secret or a lie is always going to come out eventually. And so, when we talk about Maximus and his secrets and how he's been able to achieve what he's achieved, what are we expecting in season 2? Are the secrets and lies going to catch up? And how fun was that to play?
There's actually, though, a through line, and that's what's fun to me. There's a lot of, for lack of a better term, red herrings. There's a lot of, like, Maximus is different depending who he's around. He's kind of, he's been abandoned, not by any fault of his parents, but, and abused then by every human being he's ever met. So he plays things close to his chest. There's a lot of, there's a lot of moments where he's actually trying to do what he believes to be the right thing that actually come out to feel like wrong or
Yeah.
feel like lies. But even in the interrogation at the beginning of our first season, did not tell on his friend for what he knows his friend has done. It feels like the right thing, but all of a sudden it's this beautiful, elegant way that Graham and Geneva are telling the story. It feels like a lie. It feels like, what is he? Is he being truthful? Like, who is he? And often, like I've been telling people, it's actually in our first season very, very little, but maybe a couple of moments that we actually see Maximus in that first season.
Yeah.
But there is this through line that we are threading, and that's what's exciting about, I think, our second season is learning a little bit more about him, but also getting to see him. Learn from him, because he's going to become a little bit more effective about the world around him. It's not about being right anymore. I think he's learned that is what can get him in trouble. And it's a little bit of this ascension thing. I mean, like the brotherhood and this like sort of like oppressive sort of disciplinary sort of regime that's been placed onto him, and now he's spread his wings with the character of Lucy, and returning to it with power. Status, it's different.
Well, I want to talk about that chemistry between Lucy and Maximus. People saw sparks. Some viewers are shipping this situation. How do you feel about that?
As they should. I really love their friendship, relationship, whatever it is, just the connection that they have. Because for me, for Lucy, he's the first sort of selfless, kind hero that she's met on the wasteland, and it's sort of her beacon of hope. And even when he has his confession moment in season 1, we didn't know how she was going to respond to that. Is she disappointed that yet another person has lied to her? She doesn't respond that way, and I think because what is the bravest thing to do is to be honest and to confess in that way, and that I think really solidifies for Lucy, that there is hope left in the world, and that's what propels her through season 2. I think it's very good for her. I'm into it.
I mean, she's very good for him. It's certainly the first reminder he's had since his childhood of seeing goodness in another person, and even, the fears. I remember the day we did that scene, that confession scene, but the fear of telling the truth, especially in a world where what he's always seen is people, turning on him. And trying to do the right thing and assuming this position, and you know what I mean. It's amazing to be accepted. You know what I mean?
I do.
It's really beautiful.
I'm sure you know, and you have spoken about it, the reaction to the Ghoul after season 1 was thirsty. People were very attracted to this character. In season 2, is the thirst in jeopardy, or will it be more explosive?
People are
Can
gonna
you
be
let us know?
parched.
Yes.
I don't lie.
They could die of thirst out in that
You
desert.
think so? I don't know the answer to that question. I do
Okay.
know that, but it was so flattering and so. Well, I didn't see that coming, and it's been quite the experience, like out in public. But I guess we all like lonely, depressed, like people looking for meaning. What I will say is that Cooper Howard is a big factor in this experience for the Ghoul. And the way that the same man talks to each other over time resonated with me in a way that I didn't anticipate. And so I certainly hope so. I mean, I guess everything has an expiration date. I just hope it's not until season 16.
It's nice to give people a thirst warning. I know you two have known each other a long time, and this is the first time you've worked together on screen. You have been teasing some crackling scenes between the two of you on this show.
I have been.
I think you described it as chewing scenery.
Yeah.
So, having known each other for so long, is there something that was it surprising to you? Did you learn something, discover something new about your friend in the process of chewing all these scenes together?
It was all the things that I expected, which, he's a a fantastic performer and entertainer in whatever he's in, you know, whether it's comedy or drama or somewhere in between. But you know, I've compared it to sort of like, you know, one of your favorite magicians and being like, how the hell do they do that? And to finally sort of get to step behind the magician and see where the quarter goes a little bit and see how the cards are laid out is really thrilling. And it's not exposing any tricks or anything like that. It's just, you know, Walton, and I'll brag for him a little bit, takes what he does very seriously, as I do, I think. Our processes are a little different. But I really, you know, when you admire someone for the work they do and then you get to sort of be an audience while you're in a scene with them, it's a real pleasure. So we had a joyous time on set. And
I'll say that there is, you know, being a fan of Justin's for so long and being his friend and anticipating, you know, with some anxiety like we all have, like you don't want to let your friend down.
Yeah.
And we're both friends with Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
And you know, the same thing on the White Lotus, but with this in particular, what was so euphoric really was the joy. There is no competition, there is no right, there is no wrong. And it's not even like support, because support would require you to, that has to be a decision that you would make.
Yeah.
It's automatic. And to watch the world that he brought in a moment, without saying a word, the way he sat in a chair, it was just days of just like looking at my friend, just saying, just go, man. Like, where are you gonna go now? What are you gonna do now? So it's quite beautiful. Like, that's the thing about this business. You know, you're around for a while, you create a lot of friendships, you meet a lot of people, and then when those worlds kind of collide, like just having dinner together last night in Brazil, you know, it's all so fleeting and it's so meaningful, and it's reflected in the work that we got to do in this experience.